r/iscredit, what computer feature don't most people know about? Win plus shift plus right arrow to move the current window into the screen on your right, and left for left, etc. Also Win plus control plus right arrow key to jump into a whole new desktop with all of its own open windows. Win plus tab will show all your desktops in the bottom row, where you can switch or create new desktops. People at work always seem surprised when I lock using Win plus L and get straight to desktop by Win plus D. Win plus D again will bring all the windows you had up unless you open a new window. I use this technique at work to open something else from the desktop. If I minimize everything then double click on the icon I need, then quickly Win plus D again before it opens, everything else comes back up as well as the new programs window. One I've not seen mentioned is Control plus spacebar on highlighted text. Reverts all the text formatting to the default. Great for when you copy text into an email/document with different formatting/font/text sizes etc. Also there is a feature in Word where you can change text from all caps into sentence case/lowercase. Saves having to retype if caps lock is accidentally left on. Control plus Shift plus V will paste without formatting in some programs, so you can do it all in one step. Shift plus F3 is the all caps toggle. In a browser window and LT, CTRL and GT, and LT, Shift and GT, and LT, T and GT, opens the last window you just accidentally closed. And if you accidentally close your whole Chrome app, when you open a new one and use this it will reopen the last window with all the tabs. Firefox even has a recently closed windows option in the history menu, for reopening stuff if you accidentally closed the entire window. I found out just the other day after accidentally closing an entire window. Lifesaver. Control plus backspace deletes the whole word in one go instead of having to press backspace multiple times. The cup holder can also be used to play old CDs. Shame that newer models of laptops no longer have that. What am I supposed to do with my coffee now? Hold it. I'll add this one because it's fun. Windows Alt codes, link for typing symbols and such. Pretty neat, used to mess with people on StarCraft Battle.net using them like 2 decades ago. Windows Key Plus. Brings up icon/symbol/alt characters. Try Control plus Windows plus space instead to bring up a typography menu. You would be absolutely horrified at the number of people who don't know that holding the Shift key and pressing a letter makes it a capital letter for as long as you hold Shift 4. I have watched far too many people press caps lock, type one letter, then press caps lock again to go back to lowercase. For every single capital. LOL what? How do people not know this? Switching between browser tabs, Control plus tab. Switching between applications, Alt plus tab. Reset graphic driver, Control plus Shift plus Windows plus B. Open Task Manager, Control plus Shift plus Escape. A very handy one. Control plus Shift plus T, brings back the most recently closed tab, S. Very helpful when you close a browser tab and realize you need it back. Win plus Print Screen will do the same as Print Screen, but it will also save a copy in My Pictures. You can also move the windows around with Win plus arrow. This one should be next to Control C/V in terms of recognition. Control-left, right arrow also moves the cursor back or forward by one word, and Control-Shift arrow will move the cursor while selecting the word. Alt Print Screen will copy just the currently focused app. Unfortunately, Alt plus Win plus Print Screen doesn't save it. Control-Shift Windows B. Press all of them at the same time and your graphics driver will restart. Helps if you're having some issues. This is the only hotkey in the thread I didn't already know. Alt plus PRTSCR. Captures active window only. Win key plus P. Multi-monitor settings e.g. turn main/secondary on or off. Win key plus cursor keys. SOC active window to top/bottom etc. Win key plus. Emoji/GIF menu in most text inputs e.g. Slack, Messenger etc. P for projector is how I remember it. If you power down the computer, you're free to go outside. None of my hotkeys work in outside. They haven't kept up on the patches for outside. Way too glitchy and the user interface is atrocious. Winky plus L. Just lock it. Shake. On Windows, if you have a lot of windows open and only want to focus on one, you grab the window you want and shake it left to right. All the other windows will minimize. Shake it again and they come back. Windows key plus Shift plus S for immediate snipping tool that saves to your clipboard. Control plus Shift plus Windows plus B for soft graphic driver reset, good for when you plug your laptop into a dock and it doesn't hook the monitors correctly, saves you having to open/close the lid or unplug/replug sometimes. I simply do not believe this has been done for any productive reason. It solely exists to make me accidentally close everything down and then be unable to recover my windows quickly when I panic trying to figure out why my windows are all minimized. Ctrl plus Shift plus V equals paste with the formatting removed. You'd be surprised at the amount of people that don't know how to use Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and Ctrl X, it just saves so much time. Also, with Ctrl plus Shift plus ESC you can open Task Manager. Smiley face. And don't forget Ctrl Z, undo. I've seen a few coworkers who don't even seem to know about the scroll wheel on the mouse. With the focus on an error message you can Ctrl C to copy it. You can now paste this into your browser and search for the solution yourself. Congrats, you are now an IT technician. If you press Ctrl plus F it finds any word/text on a website/text document you typed into a find box. Ctrl plus F is pretty much the universal code for find in most Windows-based programs. The real pro tip here is knowing that Ctrl plus H is the universal code for replace. Windows P to change how the second monitor is seen, extended, copy, etc. Shakes fist at Outlook / and tells you how many times that specific word or phrase is on the page. I never realized the value in knowing how many instances of a word are on a page until my current job. It is frequently very useful. God mode in Windows. Create a new folder, and rename it to God mode ed7BA470805445C99712043043E01C, and press enter. This hidden folder offers a centralized menu for various settings/options. When would you use this? Edit. You can search for settings in the folder, which makes it more useful. But I haven't had any problems finding setting using the start menu. Thanks. Practically the only one here that is not some well-documented hotkey combination. Headphones still work even if you are in a crowded airport or library. What about the bus? Gosh, I miss reveal codes on WordPerfect. It's not the same in MS Word. Step Recorder. It captures your actions and screens. Useful if you have to document complex instructions for someone. You may need to clean up the verbiage, but you don't have to go back and forth between what your document and the document you're creating. It's also very useful when working with the help desk. You can send them the exact actions you performed so they can see the problem in case they can't replicate it. I believe the original intent was for help desk folks. If you hold the spacebar on iOS, it lets you slide the cursor wherever you need to. Windows button plus V. Android does the same. Before they got rid of 3D Touch it was the whole keyboard because they could tell how hard you were pressing. Still trips me up and I haven't had 3D Touch for 2 years. This is actually cool. I never knew this. Sometimes just clicking where you want to edit doesn't register. Thank you. uBlock Origin, the only browser extension that every single human being should install. Also, use it on Firefox or it won't be functional by the end of 2023. Hiding behind Windows all these years later, the trusty old command prompt is still extremely useful and powerful for those who know a few commands. It's been 40 years now, I still use command prompt daily. Control plus, zooms in and out. Very helpful if you have bad eyes or a detailed PDF, or both. I was shocked to find out how many people don't know about Alt-Tab, people at work saying they can't work without 2 to 3 monitors because switching windows is just so hard. And I was like, why don't you just Alt-Tab? And I had a sea of confused faces. Windows, PSR. Problem Step Recorder. Run-and-GT, PSR. It will allow you to record a set of steps to do something. Where you clicked etc. while recording screenshot. Useful for reporting problems or making quick guides. Just hit the window key and start typing the name of the program you want to open. I use this, and it allows me to have no icons on the desktop, and now I can admire my entire wallpaper. Brings up all copied text and pictures. The amount of people I've taught this in workspaces as they thought computers could only copy one piece of text at a time. That the files are in the computer. But where? What a fucking file is. Seriously. I swear the majority of people have no idea what files are or where they are. Thanks, Apple. Source, I do laptop and PC repair as a side hustle. There was an article going around a couple months ago about how new students entering college don't always know what files and folders are. Professor will say like download this file, make a folder called .ssh in your home directory and put it there and the students will be utterly lost. Alt plus F4. It activates Windows anti-procrastination mode. For Chrome, Control plus Shift plus T. It brings up tabs you've closed. Even if you lose power and have to reboot, that command will bring up what you had previously. Pretty much all browsers. If you have Telnet enabled, you can Telnet to taro.blinkenlights.nl and watch an ASI animation of Star Wars. If you dig around enough in registry, you can almost always renew your expired free trial, smiley face, activating Windows with batch scripts, same with Microsoft Office. In File Manager, if you type CMD in the location bar, it will open CMD in that directory. Clear out temporary files using Win+R and type %temp%. Disable other bloatware that you don't need. It's also useful for when you accidentally overwrite your clipboard. For multi-screen users, WinKey plus arrow keys can be used to quickly partition each individual screen with Windows. You can have full, halves or quarters be taken up by a window with this trick.